Okay, so we need to understand what is cookies and what is session based authentication and how they different from each other. So we are talking about both of these. Session we have already covered. Cookies also we have covered, right? So what is the cookies? Cookies are like small data stored at the client side on the browser sent by server. Sessions are server side only, and we are storing the user data. Cookies are sent by server, stored on the browser, and server sessions are stored inside a server's memory. Like, and you need to have a cache like Redis. Use case when you want to store a session ID or tokens in the cookies. Here we in the sessions we store the actual user information. So this is just a comparison I'm showing, like what is cookies and what is session based authentication. So in cookie based authentication, server sends the cookies data to the client. Okay, that can contain a session ID, token. Client stores it and sends it back with every request. I mean, this is the browser behavior that cookies are persisted on same domain, and they send the cookies back to the server. Server identify, validate. These are very easy to set up, works with every backend, and can be stateless with the token. Cons, you need to take care of the security of the cookies, that no third party application should be able to access your cookies. Session based authentication, it creates a session at the server side, and you need to store that session using some kind of a persistent mode like Redis database or something. Client sends the session ID in form of cookies only. I mean, indirectly this is also using cookies. Server send a session that is managed through cookies, and in the concurrent in the consecutive request you are going to send the cookies back to server. That server will validate your session. So scenarios, where should we use what, right? So when you are using just a single page application, you can just use session based authentication. Mobile application, then you can use a token based authentication. Or a single page with the backend, then you can also use cookie based with the session ID or token, right? So these are like very much differences. Further we will also talk about plain token based authentication. That is also has its own case when you want to have a stateless authentication. That server sends the token, now client receives the token, now the token is valid till the expiry of the token, right? So in the next request you will be sending the token in the authorization header, and that token is valid till the expiry of that token. So if somebody copies the token, he can access your APIs. So let's talk about the actual implementation now.